Welcome to Straight Talk from Paris. My name is Abe. I'm a master's student at Sciences Po Paris, a university of political science in Paris, France. I started this YouTube channel because I wanted a place to talk about political and economic problems, which I think are serious and complex, and I want to try to talk simply and straight about them. So, here I'm going to try that. I think being in Paris for these next 2 years is going to be an interesting place to do this. I'm going to be taking classes from professors all over Europe and taking classes in Europe, which I think will provide me an interesting perspective. I myself, politically, am a moderate liberal, at least that's what I call myself. However, I used to be a conservative, and I think that gives me a bit of an interesting perspective on the political field now. As far as my subjects, I won't be discussing Donald Trump much. I think there's plenty of excitement surrounding Donald Trump right now, and I'm totally uninterested in the massive furor surrounding his policy, surrounding his character, surrounding his decision-making, surrounding his staff. I just think there's too much going on. Policies, like I said, policies are what interest me. So if Donald Trump has policies which touch on the economic or political issues which we're going to be discussing, all the better. We can discuss him from a policy point of view. I am more interested in discussing conservative commentators and academics, such as Jordan Peterson, Sean Hannity, Ann Coulter, perhaps Ben Shapiro, and others as well. Jordan Peterson is an interesting one. He's gained a lot of notoriety on the internet, and I think that's great. He's an interesting, engaging speaker, and also a smart individual. And I have no concerns at all about his psychology or his clinical practice, his counseling. I think he's an excellent psychologist. He has interesting ideas. I think he's, from what I can tell from his videos, he is probably a helpful counselor. What I'm more worried about are his ideas, his theories about society, about politics, about economics. And I worry that those are not well-founded in research and could use some counter-ideas which are explained plainly and clearly. Same goes for Ben Shapiro and others. I'm also interested in discussing questions of economics and taking on economists both from the right, such as Milton Friedman or Greg Mankiw, and from the left, such as Paul Krugman. I'm interested in talking about things like the minimum wage, the national debt, free healthcare, bank bailouts, other important economic issues which face us and have such an influence on our everyday lives. I mean, what's most important to people first and foremost is that they be able to make a living. And that's always a challenge, I think, for most people. This YouTube channel will probably evolve. I'm fairly certain that it's going to take a life of its own if it keeps going. But at least to start out with, those are some of the main questions I'm going to address. It's going to be quite informal, at least I'll try to keep it informal, an informal way of addressing these, straight talk, if you will. And I'm open to questions. If you'd like to put them in the comment section, I'll try to answer them as best I can. And I will be moderating the comment section as well for civility, trying to keep things as above board as we possibly can. So, thanks for joining.